everybody, it's Angie with Angie's Place. Thank you for joining me today because this is going to be a little bit on plain, pretty much just an introduction of myself and dealing with pain and stuff like that. If you're interested in any of that, stick around. I'm willing to talk to you, unless you know a little bit about myself and point you in ways of groups online that you can talk to and people you can talk to. There's certain people that are really good with helping you with, it's more like self-esteem and stuff that they're doing, but it actually works for people who are in pain too, because you can't do as much as you used to do, maybe because of the pain, or the pain is a result of what you can't do. But if you have pain, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so before we start, hit the like and the subscribe. Like I said, this is just going to be an introductory one. I'll do another one later on. If you guys want me to, just let me know down below if it's something you're interested in. And I will come on and talk every once in a while about it with you. And hopefully I will eventually be able to do lives on here, and then we can talk to each other face to face. I can't yet because you have to have so many subscribers, I believe, before you are allowed to do it live. So anyway, so pain. I am a Christian, so if that offends you, something that offends you, then I'm sorry. You don't have to watch the video. I would like for you to join us because there's a lot of stuff that would pertain to you. But if not, it's okay. I'm not offended by it. But I am a Christian, and that does go a lot into how I cope. So, and for those of you who don't understand, did I say like and subscribe? I hope so. Hit the like and subscribe if you would, please. Like will help us generate around YouTube and get more people involved in this. And so we can talk more, bigger group. You know, if you're not, obviously, if you put any comments down below, other people can see them. So you can direct message me if you would like to. I can point you in ways that you can go to find some help. Because I know when you're in pain, sometimes certain situations, you might not have the money to go to a doctor or a therapist or whatever it is. So I'll try and sometimes I believe actually the groups work a lot better than actually going to a therapist. Reason being is because they know what you're going through, because your group is normally, if you're going to a group, they're normally going through the same thing that you are. You're not going to subscribe. Most people are not going to subscribe to one that, you know, hey, that's going to be boring because I don't know what you guys are talking about. Anyway, I have spondy. I have all types of spondy. I have all of them, all three of them. So mine is genetic, and so it kind of just came out of nowhere because nobody in the family knew it existed. We're guessing it was my grandfather, but we don't know for sure. So it's something, he died young, so we will never know. But his doctors, he did have a back problem, and his doctors could not help him. So back then they didn't have, there was no fix for this. There was nothing they could really do for it. And even now it's limited on what they can do. I mean, I've got a bar on my back keeping it together so it doesn't slip. And so it compresses all my nerve. Everything, it was supposed to keep them from getting compressed. Unfortunately, I probably waited too long to have surgery, and so surgery didn't reverse it. That's what I am guessing. Do I know for sure? No, I have no idea. Am I sorry that I did the surgery? No. I'm not sorry at all. It was worth a shot, and I would do it again in hopes that it would work. I don't wish this on anybody, because it can drive you crazy. I have a very good support system here at my home, so I am very blessed. I do have a support system here, And I also have groups online. You're pretty much anonymous. I mean, obviously they have your name and everything, but normally the people on there, they just want to converse with you, find out maybe answers to their questions, or oops, I'm not alone in this. Because you feel alone in this. There's like 2 to 3%. I think it's like 2 point something percent in the whole world has this. So with that being said, it's very nice when you find a group. So if you go online, Facebook, and they're usually closed groups. I'm sure some of them might be open, but if you want to share all your stuff, it's up to you. If you want to go public with it, that's fine, or you can go join a group where it's private, which is what I did. I joined a group that was private, and then on Instagram, I have several people that I actually, when I'm going through the feed, and it helps me feel better about myself that, okay, I can do this. I can get through this. And like I said, I have my support system here, and it helps a lot. And if you don't have a support system, I highly recommend the groups. They're awesome. If you find somebody with what is going on in your life, and you find that group, and I mean, even as much as, oops, they've got divorce ones for men and women, and any, those are great too. Anything, but they have groups for everything. They're closed. All you do is you write down what you have, or why you want to join the group, that kind of thing, and they usually let you in, especially if you have what they have. If you, let's say you are learning to become a therapist, or a psychologist, or a psychiatrist, and you want to learn more about that type of disease, they would let you in for that too. Because not only, my group actually has all kinds of things on it. They have on their homepage, they actually have different things that explains what we can and can't do, because there's certain exercises we can't do. If you do have spondy, do not go to a chiropractor. That's one of the number one things. They are not allowed to touch it. Even their school, if they go to school, if they went to an accredited school, they actually teach them that if they have spondy, refer them to a spine doctor, because they could make it worse. Your back's normally, depending on what spondy you have, okay, I'm sure, but mine's actually broke and it slips. So, and that's usually what the problem is. So if you do happen to have that, if anybody who's watching and you have that, please don't see a chiropractor. Please join one of the groups online. They do your research on your own. I've done both. I've looked online, I've done their stuff, and I have also done, wait a minute, I've done my own research, and I've done the research, or reading the documents that they have online. And not only that, you talk to different people, because in a lot of times when you have pain issues like this, and it's rare, they don't understand it. All the doctors don't understand it. Even for your own doctor, you have to kind of initiate them. Because my doctor suggested going to a chiropractor. I'm like, my daughter actually goes, she can't go to a chiropractor. She's not allowed to. But she didn't know. It's a very rare thing. It's a disease. Maybe. I don't know if it clarifies as that. It's a horrible bone condition, if you will. Anyway, so like I said, join the groups. They're wonderful. They help you out. You're not alone in this. If you have pain and that's the group you want to go to, that's fine too. We understand pain, and anybody in the group's not going to get, really, that's what you're going through. No, they're not. They're actually very nice and very helpful. They might even point you to a doctor if you tell them what area you're in. Say, I live in such and such an area. Do you know of a good doctor that treats such and such? And usually somebody has read it and they come back on it and they let you know. You usually have several comments. Sometimes only a few, sometimes a lot. Depends on if they see, how many people actually see what you posted. If you don't get any replies after a few days, do it again. Maybe reword it a little different. They may not have seen it, or maybe they just didn't get the question. I don't know. Anyway, so my other thing is I am a Christian, like I said, and no, I do not blame God for my condition at all. He actually helps me get through it. Surgery was very scary, and obviously I can't have my daughter and my husband taking me back holding their hands, right? I don't think the doctors would like that very well. I would, but I don't think they would. Anyway, they'd be in their way. Probably telling them what to do too. Anyway, so why? Because people blame God on all these diseases that are out there. And if you think about it, we keep trying to control everything. We as humans, we've got to know how everything works. And oh my gosh, we can control it. They're trying to control they've been trying to control the air for years. Now we have a lot worse storms than you used to have. That's my theory. So the more they try and control something, something's gonna happen, and then you're making things and putting chemicals into the earth. One place that I can think of is Mississippi. Mississippi has a very high rate of cancer. They have trouble having babies. Some of them even have trouble having babies and different things like that. Okay, why did they get that? That's not God's fault. It's man's fault. They put things into the water the people around them did not know, because the corporations will lie to them. Because they want to work there. They want to put their corporation there. So they have to make you believe that everything that they're putting into the water is okay. It's good. It's all right. So 20 years down the line, and, little Susie and little Johnny get cancer, different areas, of the body, or maybe one has it all over, maybe the same condition. You never know. But it was man-made, because it was something that wasn't supposed to go into the body, and you could be drinking the water. I'm not saying don't drink water, because water's very good for you. I like flavored water because I grew up, part of my childhood was growing up in the mountains, and the water there is just so good. Oh my gosh, it's so good and fresh. And then coming to Florida, yeah, it's not the greatest water in the world. It really isn't. There are spots, if you dig down far enough, you're gonna get really good water, but most people don't dig down that far and to get the good water. So you have that too. But up north, yeah, awesome water. Here, not so much. So that's why I say I don't blame God for this. There's reasons. Maybe I don't know what happened, or where they worked at back then. Different things caused issues. So no, I don't blame God for it. And I say that He helps me through it, because if I am at the doctor's office and they're putting a needle in my back with no anesthesia, yeah, that's fun. No, it's not. I screamed, but I can't, if I have time, I put myself into, I guess a translate thing, and all I do is talk to God, and then before I know it, it's over. It's all over. Unless I'm freaking myself out because it's a needle. I have trouble with that when it's a needle. I really do, because I'm concentrated on the needle instead of talking to God. So those are the few things that I do, is go on, like I said, I go on Facebook. I have a group there that I talk to. I also have inspirational things I listen to on Instagram. I also have my family. So if you don't have a family, spend more time on the groups and watching those things. Just find something that you can do. Anything. If it's an arts or crafts, or you like to read, maybe you like to listen to music. If that, whatever it is. But try and incorporate something that you can still do. Because when you have these things and it happens to you in the middle of your life, you slowly lose the things that you can do. I used to love roller skating. Absolutely loved it. But I fall too much. and it causes more issues. So no, it's not really good for me to do that anymore. Dancing, because my legs give out, so I can't really dance anymore. So there is certain things that I can't do anymore, so I have to find other things to take up that space. So if I think that's it for today. Anyway, but yeah, so find something you can do. Um, Something that you like. Maybe something that's new, like what I'm doing now. This is very new, and if I share it, that's good. If I don't, I'm sorry. So, but I will try and share this. But it is going to be going into my personal life a little bit, explaining some things and having you go there.